Hi, everybody. My name is Greg Matheson. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Newfound Gold Corp, and I've been with the company now since 2017. My background's in the Abitibi Basin of Ontario, working primarily in the Kirkland Lake camp, and have now been working in the Appalachian terrain for several years for Newfound Gold. I'd like to discuss our project that we have going on in the central Newfoundland Gold Camp, and specifically the 2020 drill program that has started on August 17th, 2020. And particularly, we're going to have a look today at the Little and Power Line zones and our initial plans for drilling at these two areas. As always, we would like to look at some of the disclaimer language and forward-looking statements that I may be making this afternoon. I would ensure that everybody is directed towards the Queensway Gold Project technical report that's filed on CDAR for Newfound Gold Corp, and look at our website for further disclaimer language relating to this presentation and other public disclosure. To briefly touch on the 2020 drilling program, we had announced on August 17th, 2020, that Newfound Gold Corp plans to conduct a 100,000 meter diamond drilling program at its Queensway Gold Project in central Newfoundland. And located here on the map is the northern part of the project where the primary focus of the drilling will occur. And within the inset here, we can see the various zones that sit within the northern part of the project. In particular, this afternoon, we're going to look at the Little and Power Line zones, which are located approximately 600 meters to the west of the Appleton Fault Zone and formed along a large gold in soil anomaly. To touch on the Little Power Line trend, it's located approximately 600 meters west of the primary Appleton Fault Zone, and it's along a 400-meter long high gold in soil anomaly. The zones were initially discovered in 1999 through surface trenching, and both of the zones have had limited diamond drilling in the past, with two drill holes being drilled at the Little Zone in 1999 and 2003, and one hole being drilled at the Power Line Zone in 1999. This is a zoomed in map of the Little and Power Line zones. You can see here to the south is the historic trenching and recent trenching by Newfound Gold Corp in 2020, where we had expanded the zone by over 35 meters to the south along strike. You can also see the large gold in soil anomaly that sits across roughly 400 meters of strike length, and the position of the Power Line zone along the northern extents of that anomaly. There have been some significant channel sample results to come out of the 1999 trenching work, including 18.56 grams per ton gold over 7.5 meters, 3 grams per ton gold over 7 meters, 2.84 grams per ton gold over 5.8 meters. And within the Power Line zone, a similar result of 2.1 or 2.01 grams per ton gold over 6 meters. I think what's significant about that is the consistency of width of mineralization that we see within these zones, and one of the primary reasons why Newfound has selected this as its initial drilling target in 2020. Speaking briefly about the geology of these zones, again, we're within the turbidite sequences of the Davidsville group and looking primarily at black shales with lesser amounts of gray-wacky. The primary mineralization is tied directly to quartz vein system that's trending in a northeasterly direction. The veins themselves are up to 80 centimeters wide and typically form in parallel sets of 3 to 4 veins. What's a little peculiar about this zone is its high sulfide content, which is not typical within the northern extents of the project. We have up to 15% arsenopyrite and pyrite with massive lenses of sulfide up to 30 centimeters marginal to the veins. We do see alteration associated with this mineral system, and it's principally manifested as iron carbonates as well as various high temperature clay minerals. And the zone appears to be vertical dipping based on the preliminary work by the company, and shows some level of pinch and swell along the multiple fault structures. Evidenced also of the fault structures through this zone is a significant amount of drag folding along the structures, where we see rotation of the planar shale beds. The overall observations of the zone that are leading us to begin our drilling campaign here is that here in the northern extents at the power line zone, there was a historic soil sample from 1999 that graded up to 3,840 parts per billion gold, which is quite a significant result. And the additional samples along strike of it also were well over 500 ppb. There were, as I discussed, 3 drill holes drilled in through this area. And if you can look at the little zone in particular, we can see that both holes may have actually missed the principal structure here and had yielded some lower grade results, particularly in this hole that had graded up to 0.98 grams per ton. Of further significance is the presence of an airborne EM conductor from the 2017 airborne magnetic and EM survey that Newfoundland conducted. What's significant about that is its location adjacent to the end of the Little Zone Trench, and is the presumed extension of the mineralization and high sulfide content that we see within the Little Zone. Located here are the 6 planned holes that Newfound Gold aims to drill as the part of its maiden campaign in 2020. If we look at the mineralization that's shown on surface, we've got several images here of the recent trenching work in July of this year. To the left, upper left, is an image of disseminated arsenopyrite within the veins themselves, and to the lower left is a section of near massive arsenopyrite and pyrite. And to the right is a general view of the system and further exemplifying its continuity and gossinous looking alteration along the vein margins. Looking again at a few more images, to the left we have a near 30 centimeter wide section of massive arsenopyrite, very fine grained, which sits adjacent to the principal vein structure. We also have several of our geologic team out on the outcrop here, observing some of the mineralization. So the very first holes of the 2020 program are going to be drilled at the Little Zone, and this will be 6 holes totaling approximately 800 meters, and this will be along roughly 200 meters of strike length. As a first pass program, the company wishes to conduct these 6 holes. We'll move on to additional targets and we'll await assays. Drilling had began on this zone in August 17th, 2020 with 1 drilling rig. I appreciate your time this afternoon, and please reach out to our company if any further information is required.